Hey friends! Today we're gonna have a quick review and comparison of the Rav Vast and the Rav Moon, which is the smaller, younger brother version. So the Rav team kindly sent me these two instruments for me to try them out, to compare them and to tell you what I think about it. Let's go! So this Rav Vast is in B Arabian Night, which is an harmonic minor scale. The Rav Vast is the bigger version. It's actually the first developed by the Rav team, and it's way bigger and heavier than his younger brother, the Rav Moon. Due to the fact that it is bigger, the Rav Vast can have lower notes and more deep tones. This instrument has been made as an hybrid of the handpan and the tongue drum, so it fits on your lap and plays just like a handpan, but it has the sound of a tongue drum because the notes are actually cut and not hammered. This tongue drum sound is very deep and has a very long sustain. This is for me an instrument pretty well suited for meditation or slow playing to create vibes and ambiances, and it can also be combined with a handpan to add some drone or ambience notes to it. That being said, this is not a handpan, it sounds pretty different and it's more like a cousin of the handpan. Being a handpan player, this tongue drum is pretty easy for me to adapt to because it has the same shape and it plays exactly the same. However, the very long sustain makes me want to play differently and slower than a regular handpan. Let's try it out and see how it sounds. On the other side, the same company is also making this smaller instrument called the Rav Moon. This instrument is more recent, but also looks and sounds different. Look at the tone fields, how it's cut differently than the Rav Vast. Being smaller, this instrument is lighter and more easy to carry. That smaller size also means that the notes have to be higher pitched, so the scale cannot go as deep as the Rav Vast. Most of the time, scales will be higher on that smaller instrument than on the Rav Vast. It also has a very long sustain, and I find it even longer than the Rav Vast. The smaller size has its advantage though, because it's less expensive and it's very easy to carry and to play faster, as your hands will have less distance to cover. So this one is in F Ariumi scale, so let's see how it sounds. Okay, so that being said, what's the difference between these two instruments? As I showed you, it has different feeling and vibes. So first advice would be, if you want to get one, just get the one that appeals to you the most. But if you need more advice, here is a few. If you're planning on carrying it a lot and playing like everywhere, the Rav Moon could be a good choice because it's way lighter and it's very easy to carry everywhere. It is small, it is light, and that's a very good point when the Rav Vast is pretty big and pretty heavy. Obviously, just first look at the scale that you want. Some low scales will only be available on the Rav Vast, and some high scale will mainly be made on the Rav Moon. So if you want high notes, the Rav Moon could be fitted, but if you really want some deep low notes, the Rav Vast would be a better choice. Also, one big factor of decision is the budget, obviously, because the Rav Moon is way cheaper than the Rav Vast. So take all these into account if you wish to choose one or the other. Once again, it's very different instrument from a handpan, but as with any instrument, handpan, tongue drums or whatever, just do not rush it. Take your time, listen to all the instruments available, try them if you can, and take some time to choose the one that feels the best to you. Personally, in my studio setting, I'm playing the Rav Vast more, but when I'm traveling, the Rav Moon is a very good addition to my traveling setup. If you wish to hear the sound of the same note with both instruments to hear the exact difference in timbre, here is it. Here is the D flat on the Rav Moon. And that was the D flat with the Rav Vast. My personal preference would go to the Rav Vast, because the sound is deeper, it has a bit less sustain, and other notes resonate less when you hit one note. So here you go. Hopefully this video will help you to know these instruments better, and to know the one you should choose if you're planning to get one. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!